Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Hopefully I don't have like chocolate cake crumbs all over my mouth or anything like that. But you are in for a treat today, small public head. Our featured speaker today is Joy Faust, who's going to talk about leadership. And this is not going to be your typical 5 to 7 minute speech from the Competent Communicator Manual. She is working on project number 5 from the Advanced Communication and Leadership Program, and this will be a 15 to 20 minute motivational speech. And the objective is not just to talk about the qualities of a great leader. Her goal is to motivate you to become great leaders. And I don't think this is going to be much of a stretch for Joy, because leadership is something she's very passionate about. She mentioned to me that every day she evaluates the meaning of life and reflects on ways to become a more effective leader. And it's obvious that she turns thought into action, because in addition to being our club president, she is the activities director at the Leslie Congregational Church. She's on the church council and vision team. She served as secretary for the Filipino American community in Jackson. She was on the Lingat Foundation Committee, which in 2006 built an orphanage for 100 children in the Philippines. And in 2010, she was selected as one of Jackson Magazine's 30 under 30. So that gives her, shall we say, some street cred when it comes to talking about leadership. And with that, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Joy Faust with her speech titled, Leading to the Top. Please welcome me, and Joy, please join me in welcoming Joy.
Thank you. Fellow rising stars and distinguished guests, it is a great honor to talk to you today about leadership. I'd like to start with a story. May 1, 1963. Jim Whittaker was one of the first Americans to climb Mount Everest. An interviewer asked Jim, "What gives you the most fulfillment?" And Jim replied, "It's taking others to the top. And it's taking others who could not have done it without his assistance. And that is his greatest accomplishment." On one of Whittaker's missions, there was a severe storm, and several of the guides, and they were experienced guides, died, as well as numerous of the people that they were taking up to the top of the mountain. And this interviewer asked Whittaker, would the guides have died if you didn't have all those people with you? And of course Whittaker says, well, of course, the people were the ones that slowed us down, but you have to understand that it is our role to take people to the top. So if we reflect on what Whittaker is saying, leaders and mountain guides have a lot in common. It is our job as leaders to take people to the top of the mountain. And it's not just about taking ourselves to the top, but taking others with us. Let's move on to purpose and destiny. Successful people have a sense of purpose. They have a feel for what their destiny is. They have a reason for living, and they have a place in life and history in the development of others. These successful people, they have their act together, they've figured out who they are, and they have this sense of stability. So when others are rocking and rolling, or jumping ship, or abandoning the cause, leaders have the confidence in their stability and in their destiny to keep moving forward. John Maxwell, who's a leadership guru in today's world, says, with the sense of destiny tomorrow, it gives us determination today. So we must begin on this path. But if we have no destiny and no sense of purpose, then we flounder today. Tomorrow's destiny becomes today's destination. Now, destiny doesn't have to be this great achievement. Mother Teresa said, that it's all about doing the small things with great love. So as we journey towards destiny, we come to the beginning, and the beginning is vision. Vision is the clear picture of what the leader sees and what the leader knows that his people and group should be and what they should be doing. Vision is the roadmap. It's the picture of purpose. Without it, we might find ourselves off course, or even worse, going nowhere. To be successful, we need to know what we want. We need to focus to direct our talent. Maxwell also said, attempting everything like attempting nothing will suck the life out of you. Now, what are these leaders like, and who are they? Again, John Maxwell, he says, leaders are gardeners. Leaders spread confidence like gardeners spread fertilizer. Leaders influence others. Leadership is influence. Leaders are going somewhere, and they are the ones that are able to persuade others to go with them. That is the essence of leadership, is the ability to persuade others to join the cause and go with them. In our book, Thinking for a Change by John Maxwell says, the major difference between successful and unsuccessful people is the way they think. So let's take a look at this. Leaders are big picture thinkers. Come on in, Tom. Big picture thinkers. Leaders can see before others can see. And they see more. So here is a way that we can practice our big picture skills. Take a look at your calendar for the day and take 3 minutes to go through everything that you have and pick the number one event that is your key event. And in yourself, know that that's what you got to focus on and put all your energy to that one event and make it good. And this is kind of the idea, the first startings of big picture thinking. Leaders are focused thinkers. They have the ability to simplify and reduce. So if we think about educators, educators take a simple process and turn it into a very complex structure, while leaders will take a very complex structure and reduce it to a very simple process. Leaders are creative thinkers. They're the ones, they have options. They will never be found in a dead end. Leaders are the change agents, so they plan to creatively make change. Looking at our other book here, Leadership, a Communication Perspective. This is by Hackman and Johnson. They say creativity often begins with a conscious attempt to define and solve a problem. Define and solve a problem. So today, what is our problem? In today's world, I'm proposing our problem is that there's not enough leaders. There's a lot of followers, there's a lot of yes men, but there's not a lot of leaders. And that's why we are all here today. We're developing leaders. A story about John Maxwell. He's pastoring in San Diego, and he decided that the church should start these small groups. And this isn't one of those mega churches. So he started with 100 groups, and there was thousands of people among all these groups. And after a few months, the 100 groups dwindled to just a few. What was the problem here? Well, Maxwell said he didn't train his leaders to lead the groups. So they failed. So he took a step back, he realized the mistake, and he devoted a few years to training those 100 leaders. And those 100 leaders surely learned how to become leaders, and with time, their groups turned into thousands again. So the simple solution, for anything to be effective, there has to be a leader in the group. Leadership is what takes people to the higher level. Leaders are also strategic thinkers. They're the ones that can bridge from where we are today to where we are tomorrow. It's interesting that often people spend more time planning their vacations than they do planning their life.